Happy Friday, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Source Nation. This is Dhylles Victoria, Queen of Sip and Chat, and the Sip and Chat World Changers TV on Source Radio Network Live Television. Oh my goodness, we've transferred over from radio to television, which I'm super excited about. Kathy, thank you so much for giving us this platform. It is absolutely amazing. I have a special guest, but before I get to her, I have to, like always, thank our sponsors. So our sponsors, as always, is Zulina Health, Wellness, and Fitness, Paper to Film Productions, Meet My Types Matchmaking, Revolution Mills, Renovations, and New Covenant of Praise Worship Center. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Really appreciate it. Very humbled and honored. Again, Source Nation, this is Source Radio Network Live Television, guys. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my very special guest. Her name is Audra Jimenez, and the name of her company is BLACKTOPIA, like BLACKTOPIA. So thank you so much for coming on, Audra. How are you, honey?
I'm great. Thank you, Dhylles, for having me. I'm so excited to be on your show.
Of course. You know, I'm always looking for people who are of confidence and power and about world change, and that's why it's called World Changers. But before I go further with asking you any question, the really most important question of the day, as always, is what are you sipping on?
Oh, I am sipping on some chai tea, one of my favorite teas to drink.
Nice. And I'm going to be sipping on some water because I'm trying to stay disciplined in water. That's a cute cup. That's cute.
And thank you.
So this is Hydrate Electrolyte Water with pH balance, and it's purified for taste and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'm trying to work it out here in Savannah. Trying to look cute. So tell everyone who you are and what your business is about and how you came up with the concept of what you do.
Okay, so I am Audra Jimenez, and I am a licensed clinical social worker, but I'm also an entrepreneur, founder, and CEO of BLACKTOPIA. And so what I want to do is put on positive imaging and messaging about Black and being Black on products and different shirts, cards, and out there.
Cool. So let me see what BLACKTOPIA looks like on a shirt. You have any?
Oh, yes. So I have one on right now. So
hey.
This is my shirt. It's purple. Cool. And I also just got a new product the other day that's on my website, which is a
nice
bag, and it's actually lined inside with black, which is I think is great. And yes. I'm thinking about putting a full black one with a silver BLACKTOPIA logo.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of, jazz it up. I also have men products, so I have a men's shirt.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see
that.
Oh,
cool! Yeah, I remember that shirt.
Yeah, with my photo shoot. Yeah, with my photo shoot that I have on my website. So I'm excited about it.
Cool. So how'd you come up with the whole concept of BLACKTOPIA, and what's the intense, deep messaging behind it? And the other question I wanted to ask you was, what is the meaning of the logo? Because that logo is so pretty. I don't know if it's a flower.
Yes. So I will go with the logo first. The logo is a black lotus flower. And the reason why I chose black lotus is because it's one of those flowers that whenever the guys are playing video games and they get a black lotus flower, and like if you're dead to the death, it will like energize you and you will come back to life. But also it grows in anything. It can grow in mud. It can grow in cement. It's like one of those flowers that has a special power. And I just thought that embodies BLACKTOPIA, and what it means to be Black is that it's a special power. It's like something that inspires you and then enlivens you. So that's why I chose.
I like it. So why the name BLACKTOPIA?
So BLACKTOPIA, I was thinking about what it would be like if a lot of the negative things in society were not put upon oppressed Black people. So I was thinking about like, what would the society look like if everything was perfect for Black people as a people? And I was walking from a conference where we talked about so much negative things such as racism, oppression, the youth being oppressed and profiled, and what it would look like if none of those things happened. And I came up with the word BLACKTOPIA. And so I Googled it and I was like, oh, wow, you know, this is a misunderstood concept. And then
Okay.
also,
You know, I have to
yes,
go Google it now, right?
yes, that's what I did. I Googled it. So I was like, it's misunderstood, but also, you know, back at that time, it was 3 years ago, there wasn't a company. There's now like another kind of thing that has BLACKTOPIA, but my idea of it was just, what would it look like? What do we want to see as Black people in the world that would make it different for our
Got it.
experience? Mm-hmm.
I like it. Perfect sense. Perfect sense. So, what makes you a world changer?
What makes me a world changer? Well, I'm very passionate about youth. I've worked in schools for 15 years. I've worked with youth and just trying to help them succeed educationally so that a lot of the barriers and a lot of the difficulties that they come across are lessened. And so when I think about that, and I think about a lot of the images and the things that they experience day to day, I just wanted to, when I walk into a store and when I walk into a place and I want to pick something for myself, I wanted to kind of give them some images and some positive messages that they could pick for themselves.
Got it.
And so that's why I chose it, and I wanted to change the world in that way.
Cool. That's awesome. So where do you see BLACKTOPIA going in the future? Like, what is the whole definition messaging behind the whole concept?
Well, the concept is that BLACKTOPIA is an artistic expression for the love of everything Black, and how in the future I'd like to see messages that inspire Black is powerful, Black is beautiful, but coming into quotes and Black leaders that we had in the past and all the way until today that can just propel us to think more positively. And so in the future, I'd want to see hundreds and thousands of people, not just in the United States, but worldwide, being able to reach out and have this messaging and images on physical products that they can look at or choose every day.
Cool. So how are you changing the world in your own right as a world changer with BLACKTOPIA?
With BLACKTOPIA? Well, I think the messaging that we see in the media a lot can be skewed towards the majority of, you know, like love pink and, you know, like these things about, you know, all the quotes that I see on cards nowadays are what we learn in history class that don't relate to us. And I want to change that. Like, I want to walk into a store and something says love Black. And I want to pick a card that says something powerful that Malcolm X said that is not the same thing that they always portray. You know, that's something, he wrote books and books of messages on top of messages. You know, James Baldwin wrote some beautiful things, and just being able to choose whatever I want. So I think I want that for other people.
That's cool. That's cool. So when it comes to BLACKTOPIA itself, do you feel like eventually it's going to be turned into a movement and not only a product line per se? Do you feel like it's going to be become an organization or movement where it's just, you know, just building and expanding worldwide, where you have BLACKTOPIA leaders and ambassadors and so on and so forth? Like, how far do you want to take this thing? Because that's what it sounds like it's going into.
Yeah, well, when you say that, when you say that, Denise, because you know you're really great at that.
Thank you.
I have this idea about what it would mean to have this huge company and then be able to give back in ways that are not accessible right now. And then what would that look like? We would have teams of people that would actually, instead of giving people the fish, teach them how to fish. People and communities, they would be self-sufficient. They would be able to build and drive what they really want to see for themselves. And so BLACKTOPIA would be that, would help to start it, but then leave. Like, no, I'm not going to stay. You know, you have the tools now, and then you grow it into whatever you want it to be positively, you know, because I think people tend to stay and like, you know, oh, we're going to do this great thing. We're going to feed people for decades. No, like, no, no.
So pretty much, pretty much you're creating the opportunities, the possibilities, and you're moving on.
Right. Exactly. And I want people to have their own, because it's so important to have your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you spoke of youth. Like what is the connection with Blacktopia in the youth?
So with youth, I worked at a school. It was an independent private school, but none of the families had to pay for the tuition. And I worked there for a long time in youth, having positive imagery in regards to, like, you know, Disney and different things about like not seeing yourself in media. And the children would talk a lot, like they would be able to draw themselves, they would write their own stories, and like giving them a voice to put those messages that they want to see out. So like even doing programming, and I have a couple of friends who are starting programs in that way. But if when Blacktopia becomes a movement, I'd like to have these art programs that are sponsored by the movement, where, you know, it's not about payment, it's not about money, it's not about that. It's about they're going to develop their own things and then put it out, and then other children will be able to see this media that may not have had a voice before.
So creating a voice for those who need a voice, or they
need their own images to be seen. Like Get Out, I love the movie Get Out, because when I first saw it, I said, there's no way, this has to be a Black director. Because and I didn't know anything about it before I went to the movie to see it, and I was like, because there's no way somebody would feel that experience in that way without you know, being able to write it. And that's what I want the youth to be able to do. I want them to
I was just like, whoa.
Yeah. I was like, I want the youth to be able to put, and they are, but like reach so many more people, you know. Yes, on a bigger platform.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. So besides t-shirts and that beautiful bag, which I will be purchasing, what else do you have? What other products do you have? Or what other products do you want to have in the future?
So in the future, I'd like to have shirts, cards, clothing, like workout gear, just nice skirts, like maybe like a clothing line, but also journals, cards, and different things where the images can be purchased and looked at and shared.
What is the one compliment that you've received after creating Blacktopia from another African-American brother and sister? Like, what was the compliment?
I think one of the great compliments that I received was like being courageous enough to put something out there that's different, that even some of the content on the website that is bold, that it's bold and courageous. And that, you know, right now it's great because a lot of people are talking more openly and having discussions that they wouldn't have necessarily before. And I've always thought that that was a good thing, even if it's going to be hard, and even if we feel like we're educating somebody else, it's good because people may not even have that discussion to know anything about it, forgiving them for being ignorant, but having the conversation anyway. So I think the best compliment was just being bold, courageous, and stepping out into a powerful message that may or may not be protecting other people's feelings.
Right. Yes. Makes sense. So last question, what was the aha moment for you when you allowed Blacktopia to not only be created, but blossom and just build that foundation to what it is now? What was that defining moment like for you?
The defining moment for me was people just kept saying, just do it. Just do it, Audra. You talk about it all the time. We've heard you say it. You have the ideas. You drew out the logo. You have all these things. Just do it. And we support you. Because I think the hesitancy of it was stopping me. Just do it. Just do what you want to do. And I did.
Like Nike.
Yeah. Just do what you want to do. And I did. And so.
Good. Well, congratulations. I know for a fact it's going to go extremely well. Just continue where you are in the process, and, you know, like fellow entrepreneur, it's hard at times and the struggle is real, but, you know, you get through it, and, you know, you got to always continue jumping and expanding and just staying creative and everything else that comes with being an entrepreneur. And wish you well. I wish you so much luck and so much success and just positive energy your way and all that good stuff.
Thank you, Dhylles. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So tell everyone where they can find you, how they can connect with you, how they can purchase Blacktopia.
Yes. So my website is shopblacktopia.com, shopblacktopia.com. And you can also email me at blacktopiainc@gmail.com. And I also have a Facebook page. And the Facebook is Blacktopia Inc. That's Facebook.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it highly, of course. And look forward to seeing more stuff. I have to get my t-shirt #1, so I'm on the show. I got BLACKTOPIA, y'all.
Thank you, Dhylles.
So that as well. And yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you today and interview you and connect with you, and for having my favorite tea, chai tea. Thanks for that. Because now it's gonna make me want to go into the kitchen and make damn China drinking water. Thanks, Audra.
Well, thank you so much, Dhylles, for having me, and I really appreciate it. And I love your show, and I'm hoping to see much more. I know I'll see much more great people come on.
Definitely. So thank you guys, Source Nation, for tuning in. Dhylles Victoria here, Queen of Sip and Chat. This is Sip and Chat World Changers TV on Source Radio Network Live Television. Again, before I leave, I always have to thank the sponsors once again, and they are Zulina Health, Wellness, and Fitness, Paper to Film Productions, Beat My Types Matchmaking, Revolution Mills, Renovations, and New Covenant of Praise Worship Center. Thank you so much for the sponsors. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Friday once again, as always. If you're traveling, safe travels. If you're home, I'm so happy that you're home. I'm sending out much, much peace, love, and blessings to everyone. Positive energy. Moving forward, make those dreams reality. Remember that you only have one life to live in this time. Live it today, live it now. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. Trust the process, manifest, just declare, pray, all those amazing, beautiful things, because you're beautiful souls, you're powerful, you're amazing. You can do anything that you want to do. Like I posted the other day, instead of saying impossible, say I am possible. Hashtag I am possible. Again, Dhylles Victoria here, Sip and Chat World Changers TV. Talk to you guys next week, Friday. Bye.
Get at me for beats, yo.